Before I get deep into this video, I want to preface this by saying that I am no expert when it comes to the shoujo demographic. This video is my take as somebody who has conducted a little bit of researching throughout the week and has been observant of shoujo fans' complaints, as well as somebody who has gradually opened up to romance series as well. With that, today I want to talk about the very difficult path that has become shoujo anime getting adaptations. When the anime community is buzzing, 90% of the time it's because of four main reasons. 1. A new shonen anime is coming out. 2. A new seinen anime is coming out. 3. A new fantasy or isekai series that is not degenerate garbage is coming out, or 4. A completely original project by a well-established studio is cooking up a storm for a brand new anime. What these four things have in common, however, is that the anticipation and reception is always going to follow, as these demographics and genres are constantly getting anime adaptations throughout the year. However, not all demographics get that kind of love, which points us to shoujo. By definition from Merriam-Webster, shoujo is manga intended primarily for girls, hence it being the opposite of shonen. The two demographics are two sides of the same coin, being directed towards each other's opposite intended audience, yet shonen has taken off by miles. This is nothing new, as we have the big three and everything coming after it being series that have made huge impacts over the years. With One Piece still at the top, we also have My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Black Clover still going strong. Then we have newer adaptations from Chainsaw Man and soon Undead Unluck, Kaiju No. 8, and Mission Yozakura Family. Shonen has taken the world by storm. From the global recognition and awards to reactors and some of the world's best content creators sharing their takes, the demographic is going to keep on growing. Which begs the question, what caused shoujo to fall so behind, especially with women being a large part of both demographics' audience? Now, it's not like there hasn't been great shoujo anime, with things like Maid-sama, Kami-sama Kiss, Nana, Yona of the Dawn, and OHS being 5 of the most recognizable shoujo anime to come out, but for years now, the demographic has slowly lost their anime momentum. Naturally, I decided to follow up on things that came to mind: sales, Blu-ray, merch, the PR, and thus that led me to another YouTuber by the name of Colleen's Manga Rex. Their channel will be in the description below, so please support their official releases. Colleen has made 2 videos discussing the fall of shoujo anime, and one by one, they dive into great points that would counteract the natural thoughts of why shoujo anime is declining. Starting with the fact that shoujo manga does in fact sell. Sales is one of the numeric things the anime and manga community has gradually begun to pay more attention to over the years. There are accounts out there that provide the information of the sales of manga across the board, and if you slow down, there are a couple of shoujo out there that are selling quite high in positions with the big boys. I'm not so sure about mass reprints or anything, but usually some great sales at least put the manga on the radar for a future adaptation. Which brings me to my next point. If shoujo manga sells well, then is it people in higher places neglecting to adapt more of it for profit reasons? I'm gonna tell you now that profit is a huge factor with these studios. Mappa recently said that because Yuri on Ice was not profitable, mind you, it was anime of the year back then, it's not getting that movie. So if you have been waiting for years now, I'm so sorry if I just ruined your day. If you can't sell the merch, the Blu-rays, and the tickets for the exhibition events, then you might as well keep it. Promotion also plays a huge part of this. Gear 5 has been promoted non-stop, and My Hero Academia's promotion during season 6 was absolutely off the charts. Yet when looking at something simple like shoujo merch, it's not something so common unless exclusively sought out compared to shonen. At the end of the day, the anime industry is all one giant business, but it's a business that will not take a chance. Even stores like Hot Topic, Box Lunch, and even the Crunchyroll store primarily has been selling shonen merch. Yet this isn't to say that shoujo merch would not sell, but rather there needs to be merch that is actually appealing. People love t-shirts and hoodies. I myself just bought a Gear 5 shirt. Yeah, I think the people in the higher places have come to an agreement that shonen is where it's at when looking at the data. This mindset, however, does in fact ignore the shoujo audience and fan bases, and that neglect doesn't help improve the data that is increased profit if there was actual merch being sold that is stylish. A good example that was brought up in Colleen's video is that yeah, girls buy toys, but the majority aren't going to be buying a large amount, so if you can't sell them the usual lineup, then make something for them. Whether it's a character on the front of a t-shirt or even on things like backpacks and umbrellas, it's not hard to come up with a simple design that works out perfectly. Now, the biggest contributor, and probably the point that I need to tread carefully on, is of course the gender stigmas that have always lingered over time. See, growing up as a kid and not knowing anything, you are under the impression that girls will always love the cute and delicate things while boys are rowdy and enjoy the chaos. Yet as you get older and kinda, be serious, you see that the line between the two does not exist like people make it out to be, as women are just as much into shonen as men, and a lot of dudes have opened their minds to the romance genre. I've talked to women who absolutely love things like One Piece and My Hero Academia. There are some who do videos on characters within the series and their arcs, and of course women primarily fuel the cosplay community with shonen creations. Both Anime Expo and recently DreamCon had tons of cosplays of shonen characters. Heck, Megan Thee Stallion even cosplayed Mirko back on Halloween and even talked about Black Clover and My Hero Academia in a positive manner. They are willing to get involved in this demographic, and shipping shenanigans aside, they make up the demographic as much as the intended audience does. Yet at the end of the day, a lot of guys are not even going to breathe in the direction of shoujo. The most you can get these days is a few people to check out Sailor Moon because those girls scale high enough power-wise to beat Goku. I'm not kidding, by the way. Go do your research. Goku is getting spanked. What I'm trying to say though is that when these companies realize that they can have both worlds fueling the profit in one demographic, they can pretty much neglect their urgency with shoujo anime. Yet in reality, the smart thing to do will be to take advantage of both. People would probably go buy the crap out of shoujo manga if there was advertisements in anime to get the sales going. After every strong shonen season, there is a ginormous increase in sales. Jujutsu Kaisen's was so big that it's been going toe-to-toe with My Hero Academia ever since the Paranormal Liberation War and Shibuya arc concluded in the manga. Yet at this time, MHA was pushing 5 seasons deep and JJK was only 1. Granted, shoujo manga may not have this level of a boom, but yet anything is possible under the right timing and circumstances. However, financially, it can be seen as a risky investment, especially with its decline of anime over the past 10 years. Another thing too is that dudes do enjoy some good romance series. It's got nothing to do with masculinity or filling the void on some IRL loser nonsense, but over the years, the anime community has greatly come to appreciate the level of feel that comes with good writing. People make threads and videos talking about how one moment moved them, and so many people have cried for moments that they didn't see coming, and if people can cry over shonen, then there is nothing wrong with expressing that same level of investment in shoujo. A lot of people have already enjoyed romance anime and are just a step away from diving into a shoujo manga. Over the past few years now, I have come to enjoy Komi Can't Communicate, Love is War, recently Loving Yamada, Skip to Loafer, and Insomniacs After School, which has led me to check out manga such as The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity and Pure, Shameful, and Irritating. The mangas in fact being both shoujo and they are both incredible. Yet it also doesn't help when a lot of these shoujo manga don't even have official English translations and I have to rely on other sites to get my chapters. Every handful of months there will be announcements about series getting picked up officially, but it's such a luck in the draw that you'd be lucky to get a single shoujo manga in there. With all of this in mind and no change in sight, it's pretty easy to come to the conclusion that shoujo as a demographic is stuck in a cycle that is struggling to be broken due to a lack thereof caused by a lot of things when taken into consideration. I feel for shoujo fans because I have seen the comments on the channel asking for content, and I have seen fans wishing their manga could get picked in community hosted award events by big creators, but that traction is overall lacking. We get plenty of trash isekai that can easily be subbed out for a romantic story of substance and we would literally only gain. I'm not saying that shoujo is something that needs to be prioritized compared to all other demographics all of a sudden, but that it simply deserves more investment, especially for the woman audience that patiently waits all year long. This is a complicated situation and there really is no easy solution because if people refuse to try out shoujo manga and anime, well that's that. And if these companies continue to see that there is more money to be made elsewhere, then they have less of a reason to push for more shoujo anime. It simply is what it is, and as much as people would like for shoujo to gain more recognition, especially when the woman writing conversation occurs within shonen, the situation is not going to magically improve anytime soon. So for my shoujo fans and subscribers, just know I do see you and hear you, and when I can, I will talk about shoujo manga and anime that captivate me to the best of my ability. Hopefully more big creators who specialize in a diversity within the medium will come along and spread more shoujo recommendations, as a person's platform is a very powerful asset when looking at the reach towards viewers. In the meantime, make sure to go check out Colleen's channel and look for other shoujo YouTuber peers who can give you some insight. That's pretty much it from me though. As always, thank you for watching and make sure to leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Stay safe out there and I will catch you all in the next video.